Good morning, guys. Welcome to this Monday, August 17th. And we got the market just kind of twisting in the wind and kind of where we left it on Friday. Nasdaq is a little bit to the upside. The ES is pretty much where we left it, and not much is really going on in the overnight. And some big reaction here at around 6:30. Not sure exactly what that was all about, but there been a foreign piece of news as well. Didn't go anything directional, just a reaction, and that was it. Now this week we got a little bit of news coming out. We have today we have Empire State at 8:30. We have housing market at 10. Hmm. Then we get and Tuesday at 8:30 we get housing starts and permit, import export prices, industrial production at 9:15, pending home sales. That's Tuesday. We got on Wednesday a little bit, not much on Wednesday. We get the Fed minutes coming out on Wednesday. Thursday, jobless claims, Philly Fed manufacturing, Friday, PMI composite. So not a ton of news, but a little bit of news coming out this week. Today, though, we only have Empire State at 8:30 and housing market index at 10. Not sure they are going to do much to drive the market one way or the other. So you're stuck in summer trading, light volume, volatile, not really directionally moving a whole lot. It could certainly move. It's just it's not a lot of activity going on right now. So I would just fall back on flat out range bound trading. Uh, Watching for news, watching for headlines. You see if something's going to be driving the market. Thursday we had this nice little move out of the middle to the upside. It is still kind of a small one going on here. It's not like they quite retraced the whole thing, so it's a small little baby one. And it looks like they're going to be coming to balance pretty quick here. So, but they're holding above 7,800s, and we've got 8,000 coming up in short order. We'll see if they can get there before the next set of weakness or volatility kicks in. I mean, we're in that time of the year, August, September, October, where you get some of that seasonal volatility. So I think we got a lot of that in July. So maybe we got a clear course, clear path ahead of us. But you never know. I have to just take it with a grain of salt. And it is kind of light volume as well. It's going to be that throughout July half. Sorry, throughout August and half of September before they really the volume starts trickling back in again in a big way. So basically it wraps up the summer season, if you wish. So starting off range bound, looking to fade the edges fairly equally. At this point, looking for shorts against the 78.20s, 30s up to the 40s. Looking to buy weakness against 78.10, 78, 78, 77.95s, rotation up. So pretty tight range. It pretty much corresponds to that move out of the middle we had in Thursday. And if they start trading below that 77.95, we may see a little bit of retracement. I would probably start thinking a retracement back into this lower range. How far they're going to want to take it, who knows? But if it's more than a probe, I would expect him to run down potentially all the way to test that 77.20s. That's how far they can take it. And of course, if they stay up here, if they start extending past that 78.30, well, we will be back in another move out of the middle to the upside. I'm not sure the news right now is going to be able to drive that move to the upside. We will find out. So starting off this morning range bound, let's just see how this week is going to start off. If they blow through that 77.95 in the morning, I'm going to be looking for a retracement trade down in this lower range, potentially all the way down here to that 77.25. And if they hold, I mean the first three levels, if we're looking to get long against the next next three levels to the upside, we're looking for short setups. So shorts against 78.20, 30, 40. Now looking for longs against 78.10, 7800, 77.95s for rotations back up again. So pretty tight range. Let's see where they're going to go. Looking at the Nasdaq, capital flow on the Nasdaq, we are back up here again. So they had this move out of the middle. They didn't do much on Friday. They were basically going back and forth in this range. Had a pretty good set of weakness going on there. They closed halfway up the range though, and overnight has extended to the upside, so we're back up here again. The Nasdaq is the one to put some hope behind. If they have an opportunity here to head higher and start moving this up here towards the past that 30,300, well, maybe Nasdaq is going to start moving us higher. The Nasdaq extended in the overnight, still holding that reverse retest at the 260 to 70s. And let's see if they can hold it. Now, on the Nasdaq side of it, I'm going to be starting with a slight bias to the upside given the overnight. Let's see if they can keep this going. Looking to buy against the 260s down to the 190s. More than that, I'm taking off the long bias. So if they are back below that 260 to 70s, technically you can already do it there. Take off the short bias, or sorry, the long bias on the Nasdaq, and go back range bound. I would give it one more level below the obvious because Nasdaq always does some crazy stuff. So looking to buy against that 190, it would be the last one I would look to buy against for rotations up. Other than that, if they back up, we're still looking to buy against the 150s, the 100s down to the 30,000. 30 to 40s here for rotations up. Still that little volume edge, which looks like it's still valid. If they start trading below this area down here, the 30,000s, this below this biggest support area, then there will be a big problem. So right now, looking to buy all the way down to that volume edge, and below that one started, and I would just lean in on the short side. At that point, we have a problem going on. And but if they start taking out the highs here, the 30,030s, and start extending, and we're just going to stay on the long side because we can run it. The first attractor up here is going to be at the 430. It's going to be the next level up. Then thereafter, it's going to be the 580s. It's going to be up here. So you have these two levels to as your targets for potential moves to the upside. All right, but starting off with a slight bias on the Nasdaq. Let's see if they can keep that overnight going. And if they can't, if they just bust through it right back down again, then we're just going to be back range bound. If they start trading below that 30,000 volume edge, well, then bets are off and we're going to be in some sort of trouble, I guess. All right, so that's the ES and the Nasdaq. Looking at the bonds. So bond market, pretty much, they backed off a little bit on Friday. Pretty good move to the downside. They're down here at the 108. Still very orderly move to the downside, I would say. It looks like they get a little bit of lift, and then we get disappointment. And now they're back down here again. And it looked to me like they're going to try to take it lower. Yields probably going to go higher. All has to do with the amount of debt to refinance and the AI funding through the debt markets. More demand, driving up yields. Bond prices going down, but it's pretty darn orderly. It's not by any means falling out of bed, so I would just stay range bound. I would probably start this from the short side, looking to sell strength for rotations down. If they start trading above that 109.6 to 8, I would take off the short bias. So initially looking for shorts against the 109s and 109.6 to 8 for rotations down. Looking to buy against the 108.25s for rotations back up again. Maybe down to the 108.16, so 2 levels down, but it's pretty tight range. I mean, the range is less than a point more most days. So when you have a day which actually moves a point or more, then you're almost surprised. So there you have it. So it's pretty straightforward on the bonds. Looking to sell strength for rotations down. Looking to buy weakness with a bit of caution at 108.25s, 108.16 to 18 for rotations back up again. Alrighty, guys. So we'll leave it there for now, and I'll see you guys. Well, hang on a sec. Before I wrap it, let me see real quick on the cryptos. Oil is trading at 82 and about. Okay, so not much happening there. All these words and stuff going on and back and forth, but nothing's really happening on that Iranian situation. It is a squeeze right now, not a kinetic thing, but it's an economic and a blockade squeeze. And I think they're going to be taking the long route there and just letting these guys just starve these guys until they give up. So we'll see how that goes. Right now, You can see silver, gold not doing much, just going sideways. Gold is trading at 4,400, silver at 65. But just going flipping back and forth. Bitcoin took it down to this over the weekend. They're a little bit back to the upside, but so they're not. Doesn't look very strong. So they're not favored by any means right now. They're kind of in the hole right now. So not doing much on those. But the trading the futures, as we do with everything else, if you don't sit and hold cryptos, you can trade the futures. They do move back and forth. It's a little bit less. The fair amount of volume. It's like 100,000 contracts traded on the Bitcoin futures. There is 46,000 on the Ethereum futures. So there is some futures volume there to trade against. So, all right, back to the ESN and Nasdaq, and we kind of where we left them. So we get a little bit of news at 8:30 and at 10. I don't think any of it's going to really drive the market. So we'll see if the Nasdaq. I think Nasdaq if Nasdaq can hold on to the gains and maybe make a move to the upside, maybe they can drag this whole market with them. But if they can't, they start trading below that 260 to 70s. Maybe us find ourselves in another range bound kind of a day. So range bound, caution on the trading. Don't do these go with type of trades too aggressively. More like fading the edges is the style right now until we get some more directional action going on. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. So good trading. I'll see you guys back at 11:30 for the next update. Later.